welcome back to KRC Tarot. This is your March 2026 reading. What's changing and where it's leading. And it is a time sensitive reading today. If this found you, it's not random, so you just take what resonates, okay? You have three choices. You have Shamrock, you have money bag, and trophy. So just go down to the description box and click on any one of those three. Okay, just go with what you feel and you gravitate to. Okay, and don't overthink it. Okay, if it doesn't resonate, try another pile or try another reading. See if that makes more sense to you. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin. Hello, my pile ones. If you chose the Shamrock, this is your reading. This is your March 2026 reading. All right, so let's get into it right now. Okay, so there's a shift going on. Okay, so right now I would like Spirit to kind of chime in the shift happening right now. March 2026 for dear pile number ones. The shift happening right now. Okay, okay. All right. The cards are like, stop shuffling. We're done. Just get into it. All right. Okay. Ace of Staves, which is the 8 of Wands. Devil card. 10 of Pentacles. Yo. Okay, this is, you are over it. Boom. You're done with whatever you've been doing for a little bit now. You're over it. I think this has to do with a lot about your physical well-being, whether you're overindulging, overeating, overdrinking, or any addictive behaviors. Doesn't have to necessarily be consuming things, any of that just, physically takes a toll on you, which certain things doesn't have to be an addiction to alcohol or anything like that. It could be people. It could be just anything that's unbalanced. Addictions can come in many forms and in different ways like that. But I think like you're pretty much in the beginning of, I need to really take stock of my life, and I'm freaking done doing that shit. I mean, there's a breaking point, right? People, not everybody gets to that point, but this definitely feels like one of yours. Like the straw that broke the camel's back. Over it. It's time to change and really put yourself forward as far as like your health. Definitely a health thing. Now the 10 of Pentacles, I know it usually has to do with money, but it more speaks of legacy and inheritance. And I think that you want to make a good impression on the future. The future, like your children or your nieces, nephews, the future generation is what I meant by that. And I think that the way you've been going about things has definitely, those habits come from family members, whether it be your parents or other people that in the family that you've been around and witnessed behaviors. You're kind of like, I'm breaking the cycle, for the future generations. All right, so let's just get a little bit more insight to a little bit more insight in the situation. Okay, what steps I think that you're taking and why this is happening. Okay, let's check it out. All right, Spirit, steps you're taking, why this is happening. So we got the King of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the High Priestess. All right. I mean, you're doing your research here. And you haven't been very vocal about it at all. It's almost, you've been doing it on the DL. It's not like, hey, I'm done with all y'all. Now, F off. No, it's just, it's an internal, like, thing that's going on. It's yeah, it's an internal declaration. You're not singing it to the rooftops, but you yourself have pretty much made this promise. You're doing your research, maybe even reaching out to professionals with I'm getting a professional masculine energy is the King of Pentacles, but I think this particular person, this master, maybe a guru, a professional doctor, whatever, they've been in the game with whatever that you're actually trying to release, and you're getting a lot of insight and knowledge based on that. And I don't feel that it's like you're going to an actual doctor. You may be, but I think this is more of like you're just out there doing research quietly, videos, reading books, things like that. Okay. And what's good though is that I like that you're not the only one that's trying to do this. So I feel there's going to be a little bit more support, meeting others that are kind of in the same, not in your shoes, but the same situation or very similar situation. So I feel there's going to be good advice coming from that as well, which I dig. It's not good to go at it alone, you know what I mean? Especially if you can't have anybody to relate to, feeling isolated. Sometimes that's not a great prescription to success. Not for everybody, but for a lot of people, they need that support system. Okay, so that's the system, the support system that's you already are aware of. But we'll get a little bit more into hidden supports, things that you don't see. Okay, let's. I want to see what the challenge to all this is going to present itself for you guys. So I'm going to hit up my Tradish Rider-Waite Tarot, one of the first decks I got as a kid. Got myself, really. Okay. I'm going to do a crappy shuffle, as usual. I think they are, but it doesn't bother me. All right, Spirit. The challenge in March. Let's check it out. What's the big challenge? I mean, starting this off. Let's go. Challenge in March. Come on, cards. Let's see the challenge, y'all. Queen of Cups. I don't do reverse. It's just never did. It's never vibed with me, so I always bring them back up. Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. My lord. Queen, queen, queen. I think the challenge presenting here is it's a big emotional challenge, and getting you to physically do that, because emotionally you are ready, but it's overwhelming. And also there's feminine energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be a female, but there's a couple females or people with strong feminine energy that are not on the same page. It's almost like, heard that before, been there, done that. If you could give it a shot, but I don't feel you're gonna have much success. So that's pretty much the support system that's close to you is not as strong. Then it's not as strong as you'd wish it to be. I'll just say that. And it's okay, in order to succeed in things, you don't always need that support. You can find support in the most unlikely places, which kind of gets me into the next. I'm going to pull out some more cards. The next little pile here. I'm going to pull some more cards. Your hidden support. I want to know where this hidden support, because the support in front of you is not really there or, readily available as you would like it to be. I mean, it's kind of like, well, good luck, but whatever. That kind of support. So let's see the hidden support that you're not quite seeing just yet or have yet to manifest in front of you. Okay, so let's go. Hidden support. Boom. Okay. Got the Justice, the Chariot, and the Star. Man, if you're not being supported by the universe, I don't know who is. Because look at these. These are major arcana cards, and that typically represents, it's not just a mundane thing like doing the dishes and it'll give you more time in life. No, this is about a soul journey. Like, it's time. It is time. The universe is definitely supporting you, so that is a plus, my loves. And you'll find that because this is more of a soul push, it'll be in order for you to kind of get through it and push yourself to get to that goal. You'll find it a little bit more easier maybe after a week or so. It's going to be like fairly organized way of doing things. Taking control of aspects of your life, putting your foot down and being like, nope, that's enough. I'm doing this. If you don't like it, take a walk. All right. You're over it, man. And it's either my way or the highway. But I see a lot of success coming your way. And you know what? I want to get a little bit more insight here. I'm going to actually pull from these oracle cards by Taylor Eaton. They're called the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck, but this is non-gender. It doesn't matter if you're a man, woman, or whatever you identify as. Don't matter. Okay, feminine, masculine energy have nothing to do with actual like gender, and I just want to press that, so don't come at me, guys. This is a spiritual representation. Okay, so I want to get some more insight. Where does this all lead you? Okay, what can we expect, Spirit? I want to get insight on that. Where does this all lead you? Where does this Deer Pile Ones or Shamrock Pile? Let's see. Okay, we got financial flow. That's always nice. Sacred stillness. And abundant assembly. Now, I know there's a little book that gives you the actual like descriptions. So I'll kind of look at that in a second, but I'm going to really do it intuitively for the most part. So boom. I mean, what it leads, you'll be able to grasp your money a little bit more. Whatever block you've had, it's going to be kind of released. And so the financial flow is definitely going to be a really good, it's definitely going to be an effect of what you're doing, the steps that you're doing this month. You'll be able to still your mind, really listen to yourself. You'll be more clear in that aspect, clear-headed, calmer, so that you'll be able to get more advice from your soul. And abundant assembly to me is more of a feeling of you're going to make a lot more connections and bonds with people that are kind of in the same boat as you. So a lot of You'll be able to relate more to others than you've ever have been. And I dig that. Yeah, I mean, taking control of your life and your health and everything is admirable, and it's important, right? So I'm gonna pull just a few more, some advice for our pile ones here. Okay, get some advice. Yeah. So, doo-doo-doo. All right. Let's see. Mend the flow. Eon of excess and soul wealth. Okay. So like I said, there is a little book. It's a little guidebook that comes with these cards, and they have more of a deeper meaning, but I'm not feeling like I need to do that. I'm just going to tell you what I'm getting here. So advice for you. So mend the flow. So there's going to be a lot of past trauma and hurt that's going to come to the surface, especially when you're getting more clear-headed in this process that you're going through. So it's meant to happen. So once things come to the surface, it's an opportunity to be able to heal it and clear it, and then you can move on. Mend your energy, mend your hurt, mend your trauma, and your, I guess, emotional injuries, as it were. So go with the flow and trust the process. When things come up, don't get mad that you're like, oh, I thought I mended this emotional hurt. You might have mended a part of it, but there's still more to heal. So it's definitely, you gotta look at it that way. Okay. And an eon of excess is just, I think that it's just, the advice is, remember that you've been doing the old way of doing things too long, and it's been too much of an excess. Okay. And that it's like you can't keep going and doing the same thing. It's just enough. You've been there, done that. You know what's going to happen if you continue the way that it has been. It just doesn't work anymore. Okay. And it's just going to have to be, you have to remind yourself of that. Trust the process. Remind yourself that it's time for a new way of doing stuff, because the old way doesn't work anymore. And because of that, if you keep reminding yourself, I mean, the amount of wealth that you'll receive just spiritually, emotionally, is just like an abundance of happiness and joy and being your true, authentic self. That is the advice, to remember why you're doing this. Because it's easy to get off track. It's easy to be like, I'm just going to go back to what I've been doing it, because that's the easy path. Change is hard. But you have to keep reminding yourself, why the hell are you doing it? Why do you even want to do it? There is a reason why. Okay? So just keep reminding yourself of that. And I think you guys will be okay. I'm really excited for you guys going through this transition. And I really hope it opens up a lot healthier, more vibrant you, as it were. All right, guys, I think I'll end the reading here. I don't feel there's anything else that Spirit really wants to come through. It's just, that's it. That's your March. Well, thanks for being with me, guys, today. Thanks for showing up. If you wish to support my channel, there's a link for PayPal to donate, or you can go on my website to purchase. I make like polymer clay and 3D printed bijouterie. This is an example of a cute little ring. It's definitely meant to turn heads. Makes a statement, not for the timid. Also, you can't do any of that. Follow, like, share, subscribe, comment. That supports me in more ways than one. All right, guys, thanks so much, and have a beautiful March. I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, my pile twos. If you picked the money bag pile, this is your reading, your March 2026 reading. And what what shift is happening right now. Okay, so let's get into it, my babies. Let's go. Our dear pile 2 spirit. Let's see the shift happening right now for their March 2026. Let's talk about it, babe. Okay. Okay, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, oh, and the Two of Swords. Okay. All right, let's just say it, man. New venture. I'm feeling financials here, or business. Changing partners, changing almost like you're just doing a complete 180 from what you've been doing before. It's almost like the money before was okay, but it's a little slow going. You really are starting to be like, what else is there? Maybe starting a completely new venture. I don't know if you're trading or maybe even thinking about getting into Bitcoin or anything like that. Stock market, maybe. But definitely, this is the beginning stage. Even putting your feelers out for partners or a business partner, and almost like nothing family related. This is all strictly business, and you're legit looking for that person. No emotional ties, kind of thing. You don't want that muddied up. Okay, let's go. New ways of making money. I'm down for it. Let's see. Why is this happening? I get an insight of why, but let's see what spirit can kind of give us a little bit more. Little bit more. Choo-choo-choo. Ha ha ha. All right. 5 of Staves, which is the 5 of Wands, the Star, and the 6 of Swords. Okay. You're tired. Why this is happening? Because you're sick of like the rat race, the crap, struggling. You know what I mean? Just to get a leg up. You want something more. You want something new in life. And you're really starting to kind of branch out. And even if you're going to be doing a little traveling, you know, maybe meeting people in that way and kind of putting your feelers out that way. Man, or not even if you're physically traveling, but even looking like overseas, the UK, Europe, to see if maybe you could find an investor or a partner that way. I feel this is international. You know, you're not just isolating yourself in one little spot, one little demographic. You're worldwide. Okay, and you just want something else. That's pretty much it. Why this is happening? Because you're over it and you want something new. You want a new way of making money, a new source, not just like the old way, which is kind of boring. And you just want a little excitement, a little bit more pep, something. Okay? Yeah, I can see that. All right, let's look at some challenges. What can our pile 2s expect? The challenge of doing this, new ways of doing things. Let's go. The challenge in March. Right. Challenge, March, challenge. Okay. I got the 3 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles again, the Knight of Wands. I think the challenge is, okay, whether you have a partner now, married, you know, whatever, a romantic partnership, or even somebody that's really close to you're connected to emotionally, that definitely seems to be a challenge. They might not be on the same page. Okay. Now, whether it actually be like a relationship like that, or it could even be a family member that you're that might live with you right now, or children, something like that. They are not. It's risky. They feel it's too risky. They liked how the old way was, a steady income, and they're just not about it. They're afraid. They are afraid. Okay. And so the challenge here is to kind of ensure them that you're not just blowing smoke out your ass. You know what you're doing. You're researching for sure. And I guess that's the challenge, is being like, trying to convince them, like, I know what I'm doing, just let me do it and you'll see everything's going to be okay. Like that is a challenge. It's just, there's a lot of fear behind this, not specifically from you, but from your environment, the people that you live your day-to-day life or you speak with. Yeah, they're concerned, I would say. Okay, but let's check out what's the hidden support here, because it's not like they might give you a little support, but they're too scared to really be like, yeah, I'm all in it. You know what I mean? So let's see what the hidden support is for you guys. Ooh, okay. This one definitely wanted to come out. We got the 6 of Wands there. 6 of Wands. What's the hidden support? Spit it. Come on. All right, that's it. Hidden support. Oh, 6 of Wands, 9 of Cups. Then we got the 5 of Cups. Okay. The hidden support. You're going to have support, man. I don't think the support's going to come directly from like those that you were emotionally involved with, like family, whatever, like that. Even if it's like full-on strangers, but the support will be in this new venture. I mean, I feel you're going to have a lot of support creating this. Okay. I believe you might find a few people that will be invested in this new venture. Okay. And I think that you've been through so much as far as disappointments in the way that you've traditionally done things in your life, business wise or financially, that it's almost like you're desensitized to that. You've been there, done that. And you in turn are a strong support for yourself. You are the driving force of doing this. And I feel like you have so much conviction, whether it be fueled by your internal soul or the universe, that you're just going to get it done, babe. You'll have support from the outside, and you'll have support from the inside. So, hey, eye on the prize. That's it. And you're just like, gloves off, let's go. Okay, ready. So, I want to get into the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck by Taylor Eaton. I just want to remind you, it doesn't matter if you're a man, woman, or whatever gender you identify with. This does have nothing to do with that. The Wealthy Woman Oracle deck, it's all about the energy, masculine, feminine energy. It has nothing to do with gender. So anybody can use it. Anybody. All right. So I just want to know where this leads. Okay. Let's see where this is gonna take you, babe. This feels like a ride, and it's not just a slow, like a short ride either. I feel it's gonna be a ride for almost lifetime, even if all goes well, right? Let's check it out, where this leads. This ain't no passing fancy. This is definitely something you're serious about. Okay, the student, the orchestrator. Okay, and rooted. Okay, so we have the student here. Yeah, it's going to be learning new things, education, learning about money that maybe you've never experienced before or even knew about. This is going to be definitely like eye-opening. And it leads to, well, the orchestrator, you know what I mean? You have the baton. You are going to lead the music as you see fit. Okay, so it's definitely going to bring you a lot more control, and you know what I mean. You'll be able to, instead of just like, you know, being thrown around at the whim of the universe, like a little leaf in the ocean, just being tossed around, not knowing where you're going to land. No, you know exactly where you're going to land. You're going to be studying, learning about certain aspects, which will make you better, faster, stronger, more efficient, and it will ground you with the rooted card. It will ground you. It allows you to look at the world in a different perspective than you ever have been, or you ever that you've been looking at, is what I mean. This is meant to be, I think, y'all. Yep. And you know it. So let's pull a few more cards to get some advice here. Any advice for Dear Pile 2s on their new venture that they're taking on for March 2026? All right, for Money Bag Pile, let's go advice. Okay. Rebirth, the Healer, and the Rogue. Okay. Advice, my loves. The advice is, this is a rebirth of sorts. You're doing something new here. So there's when somebody goes into labor, a woman goes into labor to give birth to a child, it's labor, it's pains, it's growing pains. So remind yourself of the end result if you just hold tight and kind of like, you know, grin your teeth and bear it kind of thing. It's not going to be easy, I'll be quite honest, but man, it's the advice is to understand that this also will be very healing. So it's more of a reminder. Remind yourself there's going to be growing pains. Remind yourself this is a healing process, okay? And that, yeah, you might have to go a little rogue, and a lot of people are not going to like it, especially if they've been so used to the old way of, the traditional way of either making money in the, almost like to you, the boring way. But you are a rogue, and that's okay. This is what you want, okay? And like, damn others, and damn all the naysayers, okay? That's it. And like, really ground yourself to that conviction. And you know what? Those naysayers are going to see that it's going to be fine. They're going to eat their words. They're going to be like, oh shit, should have supported you in the beginning. You'll be like, haha, well, you didn't, so goodbye. Maybe not all of them, but the majority, I think you'll be able to clean house. You'll be able to weed out the people that no longer serve you in your life anymore. So not only are you opening yourself up to new forms and untraditional ways to make money, but it gives you the space to clear out those that just, they don't serve you anymore. There's no purpose. The toxic crap people, get out of here. Done. Sweeping house, cleaning house. Done. Yeah. And I love it. This is an exciting time. And I hope it really makes all your wishes come true, because I think that's the whole point here. You want to make your wish come true. And you're on your way, my loves. I'm excited for you guys. Yeah. All right. You know, I think I'm going to end the reading here. I'm so excited for your March 2026. Hit me up, leave a comment if this resonated for you. I would love to hear if it really truly did, and any thoughts on your March. And also, I would love if you guys would support me. You can either donate to PayPal, purchase one of my handmade or 3D printed pieces of jewelry or decor on my website. It's in the description box. Or follow, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. That supports me too. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining me at KRC Tarot, and I'll see you on the next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, my pile threes. If you chose the trophy, this is your reading. It's your March 2026 reading. The shift that's happening right now. Let's get into it. I can't wait to see. All right, our dear pile three spirit. What is the shift happening right now for their March 2026? Let's check it out. I don't need to shuffle much, I heard in Spirit is telling me. All right, we got the Page of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Swords. Okay, you know what? You're done with, I am done with upper management. They can kiss my grits. I'm sick and tired of being surrounded by bosses and not leaders. And pretty much like, being more honest in a professional way and putting your foot down. There's a lot of putting of the foot down in these readings, I've noticed. It's more of like, I'm done. I'm sick of this shit. I'm going to do something else. That's been like the theme, but this one specifically, like, you've been very frustrated with the powers that be in your professional life, or anybody that really is in above you or in a leadership position. You're just like, man, I need more from you, and I'm done getting the short end of the stick, or I'm not getting the support that I need in order to do my job. Okay, because this has been a long time coming, to be quite honest. You've been thinking about this, almost like it gives you sleepless nights sometimes, and that sucks, because you shouldn't lose sleep over this like nonsense. It feels like you're like, I'm done with this nonsense. Boom. Okay, I get it. I get that. So let's see. I mean, let's pull why exactly this is happening. Why now? I mean, you've had opportunities in the past, I feel, but it's just now is the time. And I feel like there is something else that's motivating this shift, and I want to kind of see what insight on that is. So let's see. 5 of Cups. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Sorry, that was the page. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles, and then the Star. Why now? You're done with the disappointment. It's just time to move on. And it's almost like, well, I don't know if you've brought in, it's not a burden. It's not a burden. But let's say you had a new baby, you had a new child, you took on a new pet, or something new has come in that needs more of you and your support. So it's almost given you the courage to stand up and be like, you know what? I think before there wasn't really a huge reason why you should like stand up for yourself, or even have that meeting, HR meeting, be like, you know what I mean? But now it's just like, it's time. There are others in your life that I think rely on you greatly now more than ever, I think. And so that's what it gave you the courage to push through and be like, all right, I'm sick and tired of this crappy boss. Like, boom. And now you're putting up the terms. Like, it's either you do this or I'm out, baby. You know, the line in the sand, the line in the sand. So let's see, let's pull from Rider-Waite Tarot Traditional. The challenge in March, just doing this. Is there even going to be a challenge? There might be, I don't know, but let's check it out. Right. Okay, the challenge. Knight of Wands, 10 of Wands, the Chariot. I think the challenge here, my babes, too fast, too soon. There might be a sense of success, but man, you're gonna have to jump through a lot of hoops, especially when there's a lot of people in control. They might make your life a little bit more difficult in the beginning. You see what I mean? But it's gonna be all right. I mean, in the beginning, it's gonna be muddy, anxiety, like, oh my God, did I make the right decision even doing this? But you have to remind yourself why you're doing it and be like, nope, yes, no, I did it. It's the right choice to do. It's just the challenge of once you get the ball kind of rolling and things start to change, it's scary. It's just like, crap, when you're on the edge of that, the roller coaster and it's about to go down, you're like, why did I do this? But then it's exhilarating and fun. You're like, oh, because the end result's going to be great. That's why. Okay. So let's just try a little bit more. Oof. We've got, okay. Page of Pentacles wants to come out, but the hidden support. So Page of Pentacles is about that. I want to know what the hidden support is. All right, that's enough there. Okay. Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. These are just people. The hidden support, I think that you being the person, being like, you know what, I'm done. You being like the catalyst for it will in turn inspire others that you either work with. And man, the support system will come out, and I think more others will follow suit. They'll kind of lead. You'll lead by example, and other people will start coming forward. I see a younger person. I see a more seasoned female. Doesn't have to be an actual female. It could just be somebody with strong feminine energy. See that? And then a fiery little cracker too. They're just like, you know what? They're right. They are so right. And you know what? I'm going to do it too. And they kind of raise hell. And you're just like, yes, let's do this, guys. So yeah, I think that the hidden support comes from you actually doing it, facilitating it. And then people just start coming out and being like, you know what? They're right. Yeah. Enough of the tyranny kind of thing. All right. So I'm going to pull now from the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck by Taylor Eaton. You don't have to be a woman to read this deck. It has nothing to do with male, female. It has to do with masculine, feminine energy, which is different. Oh, come on now. Let's get this together. Karina, Lord. I have small hands, so everybody knows I'm a crappy shuffler, but that's okay. All right, so where this leads, okay? I want to know where this all leads to. Like, what can you expect from all this? What can you expect? Where this leads to? Okay. Mend the flow. Soul wealth. Abundant assembly. It's funny. These cards came up too in the last reading. When they want to come up, they want to come up, yo. it leads to mending, I guess, the what happens when you have a lot of blood loss. You're just, yeah, it's just mending the emotional loss that you felt. You gave blood at the office, and now you're just like, I'm done giving that much blood. No, you're mending your professional hurts, as it were. Okay, this leads to more of a feeling like this is where I was meant, this is what I was meant to do, meant to be, this is what was meant to change. You really do feel it within, man. Okay, and you'll have others like before the hidden support. It's not just a one-time thing. As you go on with it, more and more people will be in your corner to support you, so you're not in it alone. Yeah, that's always nice. All right, let's pull some advice. Spirit, what kind of advice do you have for deer pile 3s, the trophy pile? Let's see. Yeah, even I think you might be getting a little bit more money there too. Calls it Laxa sees it. Okay, advice for deer pile 3s. Rogue. My gosh, again. The healer. I can't make this up. Stargazer. Be that rogue. Advice, fuck the naysayers. Okay, be that rogue. Be the one that does it. Be the trailblazer. Okay? You're healing yourself by doing this, guys. Okay, understand that this is good for you. All right. Not only that, but look to the stars. I don't know if you believe in a particular source, like a religion, or if you're spiritual, whatever you most gravitate to, rely on that. Feeling a little down, feeling unsure, do a tarot reading, meditate, go to church, whatever that spiritual source that you have, give it a shot. And if you don't have one, I think maybe you're going to start to get one unexpectedly. But that is also there's nothing like support. You're not only getting physical support from other people around you, but spiritual support. Okay, try to remind yourself in that way, because it's gonna be a shakeup. But man, talk about now or never, do or die. And it's just, if I don't do this, I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life kind of feeling. Okay, so you're going to start to take your peace of mind and work a lot more serious in the fact that the negative people, the powers that be, you're not going to allow that to be a part of your life anymore. Okay, and I think it's going to work out. I think like a new journey is going to unfold. Even if you do have to leave your current situation, it's not for very long. This might even open up a new door for you to be like, you know what? Look, you guys, I'm out. I'm going to this thing, which is so much better. You know what I mean? So it's not a closing of a door by doing this. I'll tell you that much. Okay, so I'm excited for you guys, but I think I'm going to end that reading there. I definitely think you should try maybe another reading just to get a little bit deeper into that. But this is exciting, and I'm happy you're really putting your foot down too. There's a lot of people are just over it in this month, I think, and I'm happy that you're doing it, standing up for yourself. All right, guys, I'm going to end the reading here. I ask that if you really like my reading, show your love and your support. You can either donate to my PayPal, or you can click on my actual website and purchase one of my handmade or 3D printed bijouterie. Creepy, cool, cute. They're meant to turn heads and make a statement, and not for the timid. If not, follow, like, share, subscribe, comment. Definitely comment. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. But that will definitely support my channel more ways than one. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye-bye.